Hi everyone, and welcome to Statistical Reasoning. My name is Dr. Matt Selba, and I'll be your instructor this semester. I'm really looking forward to getting to know all of you and teach all of you and seeing you grow in this great subject of statistics. The point of this video is really just to walk you through the course, to let you know what you can expect, and also to give you some reminders about what needs to be done for that first week. So I'm going to start by looking at the welcome message here. It gives you some information, again, saying I'm excited to teach you this semester. As a reminder, for my MAT162-411 section, we meet on Mondays from 6 to 7:50 in room East 431. That's the East building at the Wilmington George campus. I also have students in this section that are in a support class, MAT062-411. Those students will meet following this main class from 8 to 8:50. Okay, so just make sure you're aware that you attend that as well if you're signed up for the support class. So what I want you to do before our first class on Monday is to take some time to look over the course. You can find the syllabus, the schedule, and any other pertinent information in our course information hub, which I'll show you in a second. You'll also find a course orientation video, which you're watching right now. And then when you're ready, you can actually start looking at some of the content if you'd like as well. For the main class, we do have a textbook, Analyzing Data with Purpose, in-class activity students pages. It says required here because that's what's on our registration for the bookstore. I want to point out that if for the MAT162, if you don't want to purchase it, if you want to save some money, you can actually print out the in-class activities that we'll cover each week. However, just make sure you have access to a printer before you make that decision. If you're a person who really likes to who likes to type their notes, you may actually download the electronic versions for free instead. So that is an option. I also want to point out that if you're in the support class, the MAT062 section, you do not need to purchase this support book and the co-requisite support activity pages. So definitely, if you bought it already, return it, get some money back, or just don't purchase it at all. That's the support book. Okay. So again, technically, it's up to you on how you want to make that decision. If you're a person who likes to type their notes for the main class, you can just download the copies. If you're a person who likes pen to paper, I would probably recommend buying the main class book just because it's all in one. You don't have to worry about printing it each week. Next up, make sure if you haven't already gotten your student ID card for Deltec. I know for a lot of students in this course, this tends to be like one of their first math classes. Make sure you get your student ID, and there's some information linked here on how to do so. Each week, I'm going to post some weekly announcements with the upcoming meeting times, assignments, and due dates. Here are our due dates for the first week. One thing you'll learn about me is I try to be as organized as possible because in this course especially, there's a lot of mini assignments that are smaller that lead to bigger assignments. So I'm trying to keep everybody on the same page. So we meet again on Monday from 6 to 7:50. We're going to cover the honors pledge, which is a quick one-question survey. We'll cover our first three in-class activities, 1A, 1B, and 1C. I'll go into more detail about what those are in a second. I'm also going to introduce our first project checkpoint, which is like our summative assessments for this course. So again, I'll go into that detail as well. And again, as a reminder, the support class will meet from 8 to 8:50. Definitely reach out to me if you need to meet for additional help. This is a hybrid course, so we meet in person on Mondays, and then the rest of the week you're kind of working virtually on your own. However, I do offer support. I have kind of built into my schedule Thursday evenings from 5 to 7. If you need to meet via Zoom, just schedule an appointment with me by emailing me. I'm also available up to a half hour before class or during our class break time. Full disclosure, I'm a full-time high school math teacher, so I work during the day from about 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. And then in addition to other commitments, I try to block off that 2-hour time as my student hours since I'm technically an adjunct instructor. Here are your assignments listed here, which I'll go into more detail during class. And again, each week I'll send out a recommended work schedule because as you can see, there's a lot of smaller assignments here. And so a lot of people in my previous years of teaching this course, they tend to like that kind of, okay, on Tuesday I should be doing this, on Wednesday I should be doing this. I'll send that out each week to you just so you're aware. Okay. Also on the course page, you have my information in case you forget it. You have our schedule for all the due dates on the top right. On the right-hand side, you have the applets that we're going to use hyperlinked here. You have the Desmos calculator, which we'll use primarily. You do not need to buy like a TI 84 calculator for this course. We're just going to use this Desmos calculator instead. And then lastly, you have the semester schedule. And then there's some opportunities for support. We actually offer free math support for your courses and tutoring, so definitely look into that. I'll also post a PDF during the first week about when the tutoring hours are for the Wilmington, George campus, so just keep a lookout for that. And then some writing principles resource document if you need help with written assignments. We do have some written assignments for this course, statistics. It's just as much a writing class as it is a math class, so you'll start to see, if you need help, that's a good place to go to. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and take a look through the rest of the course here. I'm going to click on content. And under content, I'm going to go to the Start Here tab. Just so you're aware, my view might be a little bit different from yours, such as like this instructor area. You all don't have access to that. So if you're not seeing exactly the same thing, that's okay. So before class, definitely read through the Start Here folder. It has my instructor information, a little bit about me, which I'll share on Monday. It has our syllabus, the course orientation video, which you're watching, the course policies and expectations. I'm going to click on that because there are a few that I want to look at real quick. First off, email is the best way to contact me, mselba@dtcc.edu. Please let me know your first and last name because that's not always obvious in your email address, and then also what section you're in because I do teach multiple sections this semester. Reach out to me anytime. If you ever need help outside of our class hours, Thursdays from 5 to 7 tend to be my best bet for when I can meet with you by appointment. Once you want to meet, just send me an email. I'll provide you a Zoom link, and typically I reserve about 20 to 30 minutes per student, depending on what you need help with. Okay. The course materials are listed here. Again, we already talked about the textbook. There's no need to buy a different calculator. We do use a homework platform, Lumen OHM. You do not need to buy this. There's no extra purchase. This is actually already built into D2L. You actually don't even need to go to a different website. So the good news is it's all kind of integrated onto D2L, which is the software that the website that you're on right now. The Office 365 is available for free. You can use that to use Word and Excel for the course. You don't need to get Microsoft Office on your own. That's all kind of provided through the university. Okay. Late work. So we do have department policies for when late work is accepted and not accepted. Generally, there is no late work in this course. Like you need to have your assignments in on time. That's our math department kind of motto. But there are some exceptions, obviously. And one of the exceptions we make is for the assignments in which you're actually, learning and practicing the content, not really assessing your understanding. And we call these previews and practice assignments. So again, I'll talk about that in a second. You can actually use late passes for these, and there's a 15% penalty for turning in late for that. Okay. There are cutoffs for when you can turn it in late, and typically they're at the end of the unit or the end of the project that's associated with that unit, and you can see those cutoff dates here. Okay. So definitely reach out to me if you're ever confused about whether or not you can still turn in an assignment. Typically, preview and practice assignments are the only ones that can be turned in late. Okay. I try to return my grades into you within 48 to 72 hours. I always update my grades on Friday or Saturday, depending on when my high school schedule is working. And I'm really always trying to kind of keep my grade book up to date so you know exactly where you're at in the course. Okay. Make sure you're attending class. That's the number one issue I see students who struggle with this course is they're missing 2 or 3 classes in a row, which is a lot of information. So definitely be in class as much as you can. It's not one of those classes where you can just show up twice and probably do okay. You need to be here every day, okay, that we have scheduled class. There's an overview of the assignments. So 60% of your grade will come from the projects, which are like the test for this course. That's where you're showing your overall, comprehensive understanding of the, I guess I should say cumulative understanding of what we've learned in that unit. You have preview and practice assignments, 5 and 15%. Preview assignments occur before class. They're supposed to kind of engage you in some skills that you're going to need to know as we go through the in-class lessons. The practice assignments occur after our in-class activities or Edpuzzle videos, and they're to practice what you had just learned. Okay. We'll also have some formative activities. A lot of these will take the form of your checkpoints for the projects. So they're to slowly kind of get you feedback along the way. That's what a formative assessment is. It's for feedback, so that when you get to your summative project, you know exactly what needs to be fixed and how you can apply it better. Okay. As always, you know, to pass, you need at least a 70, and then an A and B are 90s, and then 80s. So take a look there. As far as how the course works, you know, you have projects, preview, practice, activity. I'll talk about that in a second. Have a better visual for what that is. Okay. Here's some tips for success. Definitely the biggest key for this is reach out when you're struggling. Don't just wait, 5 weeks and then contact me. Hey, I need help. I'm not doing well in the course. Because at that point, it's probably a little bit too late, right? If you notice you're struggling within a week, hey, can we set up something to help me get back on track? Or because a lot of times it's a quick fix, like, oh, I realize you're not doing the preview assignments before class, right? So something like that could be an easy fix that allows you to get back on track with your learning. Okay. So that's kind of the course policies and expectations. You have evaluation measures, which were mentioned above as well. But I'm really going to go into detail with this learning cycle because it lets you know what the course is about. So we meet on Mondays. Before class on Monday, you should be completing these preview assignments, and that's where you're and really for this class, you're working alone. If you have a study group that you're on a text chain with and you want to meet up to do the preview assignments together, by all means, you can do it. And you're working on foundational skills for our next class meeting. Then on Mondays, we'll have in-class activities where we work together kind of as a whole group class, collaborating and kind of introducing the new topic. We're kind of acquiring and connecting concepts together. Sometimes, because this is a hybrid course, I would say half the time, really, you'll have Edpuzzle videos instead of these in-class activities in person, right? So again, sometimes that's going to be more you're watching a video and responding to prompts throughout the video, okay? And that's where the learning is taking place, okay? The practice is where you're not acquiring or connecting, but where you're really applying, and transferring your knowledge to a new context. And again, these are practice questions. And then to kind of assess your overall understanding of the unit, we have projects. There are no exams in this course, so if you're not the best test taker, this is a good course for you. But you do have to be diligent with completing your project along the way and kind of managing your time that way. So that information kind of goes over that. I wanted to kind of point that out as well. A really good resource is the semester schedule. If you click on that, it's here. I also want to show you that it's on our homepage as well. So if you can scroll down on the right-hand side, semester schedule, this is kind of a one-stop shop for where all of our assignments are located. So you'll see here, we have week 1. It gives you the dates of the week. It gives you when we're meeting, or if we're not meeting. You'll notice there are some days where we don't meet because of holidays or whatnot. What we'll be doing in class, what you're expected to kind of learn on your own instead of these in-class activities. We call these Edpuzzle videos. And I'll show you how to sign up for that. And then on the right-hand side, you have the assignments that are due that week. Week 1 isn't too bad, but week 2 is especially loaded because we have a lot of activities to kind of start. So again, I'll be sending out a week schedule to have everybody stay on track. And notice that these twos aren't due on the next Monday. They're actually due the Thursday and following Monday. But I put them there just because they're kind of upcoming assignments. So I do that each week for you. Notice how in week 2 we're actually closed for Labor Day. I do want to point out it's kind of a weird scheduling, but I have an instructor conflict. I actually at my high school we have our back to school night that's required for my full-time job, so I'm actually not able to. So again, we're actually going to be off from meeting in person the second and third week. So what that means is instead of our in-class activities in person, you'll be completing these Edpuzzle videos virtually. Okay, this is a hybrid course, so you are expected to be able to do that. When needed. It doesn't mean that in week 4, if we want to kind of start with questions on what was learned in week 2 and 3, we can definitely do that. Or if you need to meet with me on Thursday evening or before class or during our break, just make sure to reach out to me if you're having trouble. Okay. So we'll go over that in more detail in class as we kind of get to the actual assignments. What are some other things I want to show you here? Key terms are there. Our stat applets are there, how to use them. Oh, accessing Edpuzzle. This is a good one. So this is where you're going to sign up for those videos for our course. make sure you click the link and you type our class code in. It's Kelfeud. It's kind of a weird one. And once you do that, you'll have access to the videos that you'll need for our course there. Okay. Here are where the course projects are located. Here's where our lessons and the assignments are located. Each week I'm going to hyperlink all of the assignments because sometimes it's hard to find. For example, preview 1C, like it's located in this folder. I'll actually have that highlighted in like a weekly email and then also in a weekly schedule for you, just so you're aware of what you need to do each week. Okay. So that's kind of how the works. And you can also find all of the assignments under this homework. And they actually, if you just click on homework, it'll show you all the assignments that are listed. That'll also hyperlink within our emails in our weekly schedule. Okay. All right, cool. So that's that. You can find where to submit your assignments that aren't preview or practice assignments here. So again, this is where you would do that. Like for example, this first one, Project Zero Checkpoint, is the first one. You actually need to submit a document, whether that's through Microsoft Word or through Microsoft 365. And using Word through that, you would submit your assignment there. I always recommend saving it as a PDF first and then uploading it. That's the best way. That ensures I'm going to be able to see your project. Okay. The assignments are there. Checklists and discussions, we don't do that. Quizzes. This is where the honors pledge is located, which I'll show you during the first week. Some tools here. Announcements are always important. You can look there. Grades for you. If you ever want to see your progress with grades, make sure you click there. You can kind of see what you're missing, what you have, and what your grade is. Okay. So yeah, that's an overall view of the course. I'm really excited to kind of begin and to meet y'all. We will again meet on Monday. I'll see you all then, and have a great restful weekend. And I hope you have a good one. See you. Bye.